With these stamps, the United States Postal Service celebrates a civil rights landmark, the 50th anniversary of Title IX, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in any educational program or activity receiving federal assistance. Title IX created new pathways for enriching women's programs and allowing for a much broader range of competitive offerings and equivalent resources. Until the law was passed in 1972, women's athletic programs were all but invisible on U.S. campuses, receiving little funding compared to their male counterparts and none of the recognition. The law applies at elementary and high schools, in addition to colleges and universities. Although it covers a range of programs, its most visible impact has been on athletics. In the year before passage, roughly 300,000 girls took part in high school sports, less than 10% of all participants. Today, girls and women make up 43% of participants, a number that continues to grow. These new stamps are not only a recognition of Title IX, they are also a tribute to women whose examples set the stage. It is important that girls grow up seeing women succeed, whatever their interests. That's why I'm very proud of our stamp program. For more than a century, stamps have honored trailblazing American women across all fields. Athletes such as track star Wilma Rudolph, pioneers in science like physicist Sally Ride, and artists and authors such as Ruth Asawa and Maya Angelou. Our stamps have also recognized many public advocates for civil rights and gender equality, including Rosa Parks and Shirley Chisholm, and many, many pioneers in other fields such as journalists Gwen Ifill and publisher Katharine Graham. Each of these women broke new ground, most in fields dominated by men, and we are their beneficiaries. As Serena Williams put it, every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We're strongest when we cheer each other on. Thanks to them, the women and girls of today's generation don't just dream, they are empowered to do. And now, on behalf of the Postal Service, I'm pleased to present the Title IX Forever Stamps.
You forget sometimes, you can always make it. Keep your hope alive, they can never break you down. You can make a choice, don't let others take it. We all have one voice, they can never break you down. We've only just begun, we won't stop till we won. Don't care what people say, we're fighting all the way. There's a world out there, and it's for the taking. There's a light inside that can help you find your way. If you hold on tight, it will take you higher to the finish line. They can never break you down. We've only just begun, we won't stop till we won. Don't care what people say, we're fighting all the way. I know we're going to never lose. I know we're going to make it through.
The 37 words of Title IX stand together to form one of the most important pieces of legislation of the 20th century. The law states any private or public high school, college, or university that received federal funds had to spend it equally on men and women for the first time. Before Title IX, there were classroom quotas limiting the number of women in the classroom. I was a student at Cal State LA before Title IX was enacted. As a student athlete, I had 2 jobs and I thought I was living large. But a few miles down the road, Arthur Ashe had a full tennis scholarship at UCLA, and Stan Smith had a full scholarship at USC. That changed when Title IX was passed in 1972. Today, as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Title IX, the gender equity this law has brought to our society is seen in the increased numbers of girls who are graduating from high school and the increased number of women who are getting college degrees. We also celebrate 50 years of women receiving sports scholarships. The real champions of Title IX are Congresswoman Patsy Mink, Congresswoman Edith Green, Senator Birch Bayh, and Dr. Bernice Sandler. Without them, Title IX may not have become a law, and we owe it to them and all of those who have benefited and all of those who will benefit from Title IX to protect it and respect it.
This year marks the 50th anniversary of the passage of Title IX. This is our nation's strongest legal tool to protect every student's access to educational programs and activities that are free from sex discrimination. Over 50 years, we made significant progress. Every day, when we look around, we see evidence of how much Title IX has accomplished. We see young women who have access to college athletic scholarships, something that tennis champion Billie Jean King never had. We see opportunities on high school and college teams that, for some of our nation's superstars, like Rebecca Lobo and Kim Crabb, are the on-ramps to the WNBA, the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team, and more. For every girl and young woman who wants to be on a team, opportunities, funding, and participation have increased. Title IX sparked new opportunities and expanded existing programs, provided a broader variety of competitive sports, and prompted changes to create equal spaces to play. In honor of the law's 50th anniversary, the U.S. Postal Service is introducing the Title IX stamp to highlight Title IX's contributions to our country and to our world. The law is one of the most significant pieces of civil rights legislation in American history. With the unveiling of the stamp, we have an opportunity to celebrate the work Title IX will advance for generations to come.
The passage of Title IX was one of those seminal moments in our nation's history that forever changed how girls and women would experience life in the United States. The authors of Title IX realized that women had a right to leverage their athletic gifts to pursue opportunities educationally and professionally, while also training and competing in a separate and protected and safe but equal space athletically. In short, sports participation provides women with the tools necessary to flourish in our competitive world. From learning goal setting and respecting adversaries to honoring codes of conduct and blossoming into natural leaders, sports equip women for success the rest of their lives. That is the ethos captured by this stamp. I will close with a tribute to a leader and Olympian, Flo Hyman. The first woman to receive a Title IX volleyball scholarship to the University of Houston, Flo took advantage of her athletic gifts to train and ultimately qualified for Team USA, capturing the team to a silver medal during the 1984 Los Angeles Olympic Games. Alarmed that Title IX had been weakened by the Supreme Court's Grove City decision and the doors it had opened to her were at risk of shutting, Flo dedicated herself to making sure this would never happen again. Flo implored legislators to recognize the urgent need to enact the Civil Rights Restoration Act, which would safeguard precious opportunities for women of color like those Flo had received. Shortly after her untimely death, Flo's impassioned plea was rewarded with the passage of the Civil Rights Restoration Act, and her legacy was acknowledged with the establishment of National Girls and Women in Sports Day. For over 5 decades, women's successes on the field of play have been hard-won. I want to thank the U.S. Postal Service and my colleagues on the Stamp Committee for honoring 50 years of progress by issuing this stamp. I hope it evokes images of the many men and women who work tirelessly to support and protect this vital legislation. For those women, Title IX was the stamp they made on society, the mark they've left behind for those to honor on our postage. Those women paid it forward, blazing a trail for the modern contemporaries to enjoy a brighter future.
It is our hope that everyone who sees the Title IX Forever stamps will be inspired to learn more about this landmark law and the people who made it possible. The stamps are available now at USPS.com and post offices nationwide.